In today's video, we will be looking at 10 different kinds of bees. Number 1. Bumblebee. Bumblebee is a common name for many species of large, fuzzy bees. There are over 400 species of bumblebees in the world, and they are found on every continent except Antarctica. Bumblebee is a social bee, which means that they live in colonies with other bees. They are active during the day and they eat nectar and pollen from flowers. They are also important pollinators, which means that they help plants reproduce by transferring pollen from one plant to another. Bumblebee is a very fuzzy bee, and this helps them to keep warm in cold weather. They also have a special adaptation that allows them to vibrate their wings at a very high frequency. This creates a humming sound that is characteristic of bumblebees. Bumblebees are generally docile creatures, but they can sting if they feel threatened. Their sting is not as painful as that of a honeybee, but it is more dangerous because bumblebees can sting multiple times without dying. Bumblebees usually live for only a few weeks, but there are some species that can live for up to several months. No, 2. Honeybee. Honeybees are the most common type of bee in the world. There are over 20,000 different species of honeybees, and they are found on every continent except Antarctica. Honeybees are social bees, which live in colonies with other bees. They are active during the day, and they eat nectar and pollen from flowers. Honeybees are also important pollinators. One of the unique adaptations of honeybees is their ability to produce honey. They do this by collecting nectar from flowers and then storing it in their honey stomachs. Honeybees also have a special digestive system that allows them to break down the nectar into simpler sugars. These sugars are then converted into honey and stored in the honeycomb. Honeybees are very important to humans because they provide us with honey and beeswax. They are also important pollinators for crops such as apples, almonds, and cherries. Honeybees can sting, but they only do so in self-defense. Their sting is painful, but it is not usually fatal to humans. 3. Sweat bee. Sweat bees are small bees that are attracted to human sweat. They are often found around athletic fields and gyms where people sweat a lot. Sweat bees are not aggressive, but they will sting if they feel threatened. Their sting is very painful and can even be deadly to people who are allergic to bee stings. Sweat bees are not just found around humans. They are also attracted to the sweat of animals, such as horses and cows. Number 4. Mason bee. Mason bees are solitary bees, which means that they do not live in colonies with other bees. They are also known as bricklayer bees because they build their nests out of mud or clay. Mason bees are not social bees, but they can sometimes be found nesting in groups. Mason bees are active during the spring and summer months, and they eat nectar and pollen from flowers. Mason bees are important pollinators, and they are also very efficient at it. This is because they have a special adaptation that allows them to collect pollen from a plant without having to touch the flower. This means that they are able to collect pollen from plants that are very sticky or have hairs that could trap their bodies. Mason bees are not aggressive, but they can sting if they feel threatened. Their sting is not very painful, and they are so small that the stinger often gets lost in human skin. Number 5. Carpenter bee. Carpenter bees are large bees that are capable of stinging. They get their name from their habit of boring into wood to make their nests. Carpenter bees are often found around wooden structures such as houses, sheds, and fences. They are also attracted to the fragrance of certain flowers such as lilacs and rhododendrons. Carpenter bees are not social bees, and they usually nest alone. However, they may occasionally share a nesting hole with other carpenter bees. Carpenter bees are active during the spring and summer months, and they eat nectar and pollen from flowers. They are also important pollinators. Number 6. Leafcutter bee. Leafcutter bees are large bees that get their name from their habit of cutting leaves into small pieces. They use these leaf pieces to line their nests and also as a food source for their larvae. Leafcutter bees are often found around gardens and agricultural fields, where there are plenty of flowers to collect pollen and nectar from. They are also attracted to the fragrance of certain fruits such as oranges and apples. Like many other types of bees, leafcutter bees are not social insects, and they usually nest alone. However, they may occasionally share a nesting site with other leafcutter bees. Leafcutter bees are active during the day, and they eat nectar and pollen from flowers. They are also important pollinators. Number 7. Digger bee. Digger bees are a type of mining bee that excavates burrows in the ground for nesting. These bees are typically stout and hairy with a narrow waist. The females are usually larger than the males and have a more robust build. Digger bees are primarily herbivorous, feeding on the nectar and pollen of flowering plants. They are important pollinators and often serve as a food source for other animals. Some species of digger bees are social, living in colonies with other bees, while others are solitary. No. 8. Plasterer bee. Plasterer bees are a type of bee that creates its nest out of a plaster-like substance made of water and chewed-up plant fibers. These bees are typically small to medium in size, with a robust body and short, thick hair. Plasterer bees are often found nesting in the cavities of trees or buildings, and they are important pollinators of flowering plants. 9. Cuckoo bee. Cuckoo bees are a type of bee that lays its eggs in the nests of other bees. These bees are typically small to medium in size and have a slender body with long, thin hair. Cuckoo bees are often parasitic or predatory, feeding on the resources of the host bee and sometimes killing the host's larvae. Number 10. Drone bee. Drone bees are male bees that play a crucial role in the colony. They are typically larger than worker bees, with a more robust body and thicker hair. Drone bees are responsible for mating with the queen bee and defending the colony from intruders. Thank you for watching. See you next time.